Hey guys, Script Ripper here with another video, and once again, this is getting tiresome. It really is. And this is even more disappointing because I always liked Jeffrey Wright. I mean, I had no problem with him. He seemed like a good dude. Been in lots of good stuff. Good actor. And then, for some reason, he gets asked to do this Collider big piece. And I don't know if it's because he wants to create a little bit of controversy to get eyeballs on this article. And then I thought, oh, maybe he's just trying to create controversy to get eyeballs on Batman 2, the Batman 2, but that doesn't even come out for a couple more years. I'm just so puzzled by this. And for somebody like him to get sucked into the whole race outrage, fake race outrage, whatever it is really disappointing. I mean, Amanda Stenberg, when she did it with The Acolyte, what was she, 22? You know what I mean? Like, just, you expect some of that stuff from sort of a younger person. Not that they should be doing it either, but it's stupid, and we all made fun of it, but she's young, so, you're not like, oh. But this guy's got to be, what, like mid to late 50s? Or something, in his 50s? And he's doing this? Pulling this crap now? And again, I think it's just to create some sort of buzz around his name. That's what it feels like. And I'll tell you why. It's just become so boring and lame. And I mean, this is a puff piece of monster proportions. He's changing the entire game when he's joining these franchises. So I guess he thought it was time to do this. By the way, I get people like the Batman, but this suit's horrible. So is the Riddler. Like, what the heck? It's awful. Whatever. The Riddler just looked like the green bastard from Trailer Park Boys. So Jeffrey Wright breaks down the frustrating racist response to Jim Gordon. Who is this for, by the way? Is this for, this must be for, young people. Like, the rest of us are old enough to remember when nobody cared that there were black actors in Batman. This is for young people to get them outraged. That's what this is, to create a this idea that there's America's horrible and it's just this horrible racist country. Let's see what he has to say. Although Wright is eager to return for Batman 2, set to start at the beginning of 2026, the actor is also conscious of the response to the character from the public. I really find it fascinating the ways in which there's such a conversation, and I think even more of a conversation now, about black characters in these roles, he says, visibly frustrated. It's just so racist and stupid. It's just so blind in a way that I find revealing to not recognize that the evolution of these films reflects the evolution of society. That somehow it's defiling this franchise not to keep it grounded in the cultural reality of 1939 when the comic books were first published. It's just the dumbest thing. It's absent all logic. How many people are even alive that were alive in 1939? What are you talking about, bro? So if you're 85 or older and you were a baby in 1939, you somehow think that Batman needs to be grounded in the cultural reality of 1930. Like, who thinks like that? The other thing that's so ridiculous about this is he's making this claim that there's all these people, these racists. So right away, everyone's going to start looking into this and realize there's no receipts. And then what's going to happen is you just alienated a whole bunch of people that might go see this movie. This is what they keep doing. I don't understand why they keep doing this. Because when he says racist, what is he implying? Who's going to say something? If someone was going to say something about him playing Commissioner Gordon, who was white in the comic books, who is he talking about? We all know, right? He's not talking about white women, right? Not really. It's not like Batman has this big white woman following, right? There might be a few. He's not talking about any other brown people. He's talking about white men. He's talking about the core audience of Batman. And I don't mean core audience as in, the core audience is generally men. Black dudes, white dudes, whatever. It's men. He's talking about white men, because why would a black guy care? Maybe he would, I don't know, but I doubt it. But that's what he's talking about. And again, if he was a kid, I'd be like, yeah, whatever, you're an idiot. But this is actually really pathetic and sad. And it's pathetic and sad because there's literally not a single receipt. Like, nothing. Like, I've done videos about Moses Ingram. I did videos about Amanda Stenberg. Who else was the other one? Where they were claiming all this racism online. And then I went and checked. And there might have been, like, some really, really minor racial undertones to some of the stuff. But most of the stuff was just saying, you're a crappy actor. Why are you doing this? Your character sucks. And then, because of their own insecurity, it was automatically the character sucks because you must be racist. It can't possibly be that my character sucked. I'm Moses Ingram, or I'm Amanda Stenberg. I'm amazing. So there was really little to no receipts. I think there was a couple that got pretty bad. But here's the thing about it, too, is it's like, Boyega, where Boyega came out. So, these racists. Yeah, sure, John. Here's the bottom line, is these people are like babies. It's either agenda-driven or it's baby-driven. But agenda-driven is so stupid because, again, your core audience, you're alienating. And that is that as if you live in a world where you don't think that there's always going to be a handful of dummies on the internet. Like, what are you, 5? Like, this guy's in his 50s. You think the 3 people that texted you or the 3 people that whatever responded to your tweet or Instagram or something are like, they're the ones everybody's following? This tiny, minute minority of dummies? At your age? You've been in Hollywood for how long? Like, you live in a very non-racist place. You've made a very good career for yourself. Oh, but those 3 guys, I got that one message that one time, and then those other guys. It's just so stupid. Oh, it is stupid. You're right. It's stupid. You're stupid. He's speaking, of course, about his turn as Gordon in Matt Reeves' The Batman. At the time of casting, before our audience even saw a frame of the highly acclaimed film, controversial takes swirled. Does anyone remember this? On social media. Some fans balked at Batman being played by Robert Pattinson rather than Ben Affleck, while others picked up their pitchforks over Reeves casting a black man to play Jim Gordon. Does anyone remember any of this? I don't remember any of this. I literally don't remember any of this. Wright pretty publicly shut down those comments. Okay, and this is the link here to this. So apparently some guy said something. Quickly shut down those, plural, comments, plural. One guy. One guy. And then he does this gif where somebody's smashing a piano. I don't know. I don't even know what that even means, but whatever. One guy. So this is the problem, right? They never show receipts. If it's that rampant, you should have no problem showing receipts, putting them on this Collider article. You should have no problem. Wright pretty publicly shut down those comments at the time, but as conversations about casting characters with actors of color rather than white actors continue, Wright's frustration is understandable. Where are these conversations? Are you going to show them, Collider? Like he just says it and therefore it is. What I love about our Batman is how gritty and granular and accessible it is. Ours is a Gotham that's born out of 70s noir in terms of its cinematic aesthetic. 70s noir New York, he explains, contrasting Reeves' take with Christopher Nolan's blah, 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 blah. Wright emphasizes that his priority was to ground Gordon in the qualities of his comic book character while modernizing him for the 21st century. Yada, yada, yada. So that's basically what it comes down to. And just for the kids out there. Actually, you know what? First, let's check this out. This is... So I went on the interwebs and I typed in racist tweets about Jeffrey Wright as Jim Gordon. Okay, so here's one of them. And this is very indicative of the type of things that I saw when it pertained to some of the other people that I've done videos about this about, where they're just claiming there's all this racism. I know the film will not only be amazing and look amazing, and it will be one of the best Batman movies ever, but I just wish Jim Gordon wasn't black. Gordon being black just breaks that immersion for me. Gordon has always been portrayed as white Caucasian in the comics. Okay, so you guys let me know in the comment section. Is there anything racist about saying this? Is that racist? Furthermore, does Jeffrey Wright know this guy's white? What if he's a black guy who really likes Batman, has been reading the comics for 30 years and feels like Jim Gordon should just be a white guy because that's what he is in the comics? What if that's the case? Like, how does Jeffrey Wright even know this guy's motives? He's definitely not. This is not in my opinion, this is not a racist thing to say. He's just saying for him, as somebody who's read the comics, hurts his immersion because he's expecting Jim Gordon to look a certain way and he doesn't. Is that bad? Is that wrong? And guys, this is literally the only one I could find on Google. I tried. So wherever all these messages are, Jeffrey Wright is not posting them and does not want to show us how bad things were, because they weren't. Honestly, it's just going to hurt the movie. It's just going to make less money now. Breaks that immersion. Nah, I got you, dude. Don't stress it. Okay, so literally that's as bad as it gets. That's as bad as it gets. That's insanity. The timing of this is also really weird. So the first movie came out 3 years ago. The next one's coming out in whatever 2 or 3 years. What is the point of this? I just think this is to drive traffic to the Collider article and get attention. That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, look, the only one I could find. Yeah, okay, that's great. So okay, but where's the receipt? Like, this is exactly like Boyega, exactly like Moses Ingram, exactly like Amandla Stenberg. You guys have people around you. Take the screenshots or do it yourself. If it's that important to you and you're that bothered by it, wouldn't you do that? And expose those accounts so that people can go after them and then they delete their account? Wouldn't that be better than, it's just happening, believe me? It's so pathetic. You know what the even more pathetic thing is? This is what makes it even more pathetic. And for a guy his age, which makes this even more pathetic, is that he says in that quote that it's everyone's expectation is the 1939 culture and how they just can't handle this. And I've been saying for a lot of years, a lot of us have on YouTube, about how Disney, and not just Disney now, just Hollywood in general, has been portraying themselves as fulfilling these like things, these social things, these stigmas in the last like 10 years when they were already dealt with decades ago. Like when the guy who played, Shin whatever in Marvel, and when he's saying, I'm the first Chinese, action star, and we were like, how old are you, bro? Like, I'm sorry. Bruce Lee. Is Chow Yun-fat Chinese? Jackie Chan. I don't understand. Oh, but you're the first action star. You guys broke the barrier finally, even though it was broken in like 1980. What was the other one? What's her name? Oh, she plays the Katniss in Hunger Games. And she said, oh, I'm the first female action star. It's like there was Wonder Woman was in the 70s and 80s and stuff. And it's like these people are so removed from reality. So in his case, what's really funny about it is that he's saying that, he's sort of self-aggrandizing as if he's breaking down this barrier and he's having to fight the good fight, even though there's no receipts. Buddy, Billy D. Williams played Harvey Dent in the 1989 Batman, and nobody cared. Nobody cared. Nobody even said a word. Not one word. Like, what are you talking about? And no one said anything about you playing Commissioner Gordon either. And if they did, prove it. You don't just get to say things. But either way, it's going to alienate a lot of fans. It's going to rub people the wrong way, and it's just so stupid and ill-advised to focus on that, a handful of idiots, and then talk about it like it's a cultural issue, like everybody feels that way. Oh, you think that's how I feel, do you? Okay, I'm not going to your stupid movie then. Instead of just saying, yeah, there were a few idiots, it's whatever, they're just dumb. There's always going to be a handful of those, which at his age should have been the response, if there even was anything to respond to, which we don't know because there's no receipts. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comment section what you think. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. It always helps the channel. Feel free to check out anything else on my channel. Have yourselves a really good day.